Welcome to the Small Talk with Samantha show. I'm your host, Samantha Thomas, and I'm taking you along on this television adventure where the conversation keeps going. And everyday people have a story, and guess what? I'm here to talk about it. Now, one of the major keys of Small Talk is social media. So if you're not following me on social media, now's the time. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Talk to Samantha. That's all the same handle, Talk to Samantha. Now, recently I did a survey on my Facebook Live asking my fabulous followers what they love for me to talk about. And the number one topic is relationships. From single to married to it's complicated to those I just don't know what's going on type of relationships. Many of us have those relationship questions. So recently this week, actually, I asked my Facebook followers, what's one word that would describe your current relationship status? You all want to hear what they said? Here we go. Rhonda Johnson said her relationship is a myth. She has no kind of relationship. It's a myth. Where is he? I think he's lost. Justin Daniel from Chicago, he said his relationship status is non-existent. Erica Whitehead said her relationship status is invisible. We might need a lost and found for love around here. And there were also some good ones. Dana Scotty said her relationship is blissful. Then we got Mr. Marcus Manning who said he's looking. And Mr. Al Knowles said he is very married, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Al just wants to let everybody know that he's happily married. And marriage is an amazing thing. And to some, timing is everything. And our first guest proves to us that it was the right time to make that matrimony move. After just 4 weeks of dating. That's right, 4 weeks. More Small Talk with Philanthropist Mrs. Amie Richardson when we come back. Deal breakers, all of that, relationship woes. Ida, we talked a little bit about relationship woes, right? Tell me about that date that you had and what did he do?
Oh gosh, okay, so met him online, going on the first date. He picked the restaurant. We're there, we're having a good time. The bill comes and he looks down at the bill and he's like, oh my God, what did we break?
He knew.
Yeah,
He knew.
He knew. It was pricey, but yeah, he knew. He picked the restaurant.
What happened with that check?
I paid for it.
You know, see,
Yeah.
is that a deal breaker for you now?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But at that point, I was embarrassed that he even said that. So I'm just like, I'm going to pay for it. It's okay. I'll take your main card. And that's it.
Delete, block, delete.
Yes.
I'm mad at him and I don't even know him.
I'm not going to say any names, but you know who you are.
He knows who he is. And on Small Talk, we find you. Ida, so now your relationship ready, right?
I am.
Got him.
Yes.
Met him online again, been dating for how long?
Met him online. We've been dating for 2 years.
Look at that. Yeah. It's possible. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome back to Small Talk with Samantha. Now, from fast friends to forever husband and wife, my first guest, mother, wife, and philanthropist, Mrs. Amie Richardson, says she knew in her spirit that she was ready to take that leap of love after just a month. A month. Let's show some Small Talk love to Mrs. Amie Richardson. Now, Asia, how are you today? How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so much for having me. I have to say that. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for coming. You look fabulous, honey.
Thank you.
Gorgeous
You too.
and green. Yes, I love it. So, Asia, tell us, look, is that you?
That's me and my husband, girl.
How did you
After
meet?
4 weeks?
4 weeks.
Yes.
How did you meet your husband, Barry? Tell me about that.
We met through a mutual friend. It's a funny story. The mutual friend asked me, we were at a social networking event. And he said, are you still dating? Are you single? I said, I'm single. He said, are you crazy? I said, am I crazy?
You got to be crazy if we're single.
Yeah. Basically,
Yeah.
at our age.
After a certain age, right. Yeah.
Right, so you're crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'm not crazy at all. And so he said, I have the perfect person for you. And he said, Google this name. So he texted me the name.
He hit you with a Google.
He hit me with a Google. So in my mind, I'm like, who's Googleable?
Right, right.
Like, who am I Googling? So I Googled my husband. And I saw that he was an NFL player, and I thought to myself,
You were like, no.
No, but I also knew what kind of man I wanted to marry. And I was honest about it, but I also was afraid to share because people, one, stereotype, oh, she a gold digger, or why does she want to marry an NFL player? And so I was, as a single woman, a woman of God, like following my relationship with God, I said, I'm just going to start dating and I'm going to have fun, because at first I was afraid because, as a single woman, you're like, is he right or whatever? So with that being said, I went out on a date with
Your
Barry.
first date?
Our first date. It was actually his birthday.
What you think when you saw him? Tell me about that.
Okay.
Because I like to know.
You got details.
Yeah.
So of course you're thinking, what should I wear?
Yeah.
What should my hair? All of that.
I'm a little late for the date sometimes. You want to be cute.
You want to be cute.
Yeah.
So of course I was late.
Yeah.
Of course. And so I got all dolled up after work. I did another, a change. And so I went to this bar, and it was the guy that introduced us, Barry, and another young lady, and Samantha.
Yes.
They all had dressed down clothes on. Here I am in a business suit, dolled up, glammed up, and so I'm feeling embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed when you sharp, honey.
Girl,
no.
I was so let me tell you why
Right.
Barry is amazing.
Okay.
So I sat down, and he said, "You dressed up for me on my birthday. Thank you so much."
It was his birthday.
It was his birthday.
You didn't even know.
I didn't know.
Ah.
And so I was his birthday gift.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. You wrapped yourself up. You didn't even know it.
I didn't know it.
So your first date, this happened on the date. Give me the date.
May 15th, which is his birthday.
So-
2013, to be exact.
And you got married.
June 15th, 2013.
So it's possible.
It is very possible. When you write down your goals and you know what you want and you stay true to what God is calling you to be. Because like I said, my goal is to live my best life through God.
Yeah.
And I prayed and I asked God to remove those things from me if it's not of you. Because I said I wanted a professional athlete. I was like, God, is that of you?
You asked for that.
I did.
There's nothing wrong with, you know what, I think what a lot of us don't do, we're not honest. It's nothing wrong with
Exactly.
saying, I want an NBA player, I would like a Major League Baseball player. It's nothing wrong with that. And I think, like you said, we get the stereotypes. And it's nothing wrong with putting out in the atmosphere what you want.
It's nothing
Did
wrong
you write
with
it down, Asia?
I wrote, girl, I wrote it down.
I know you wrote it down.
I wrote it down and made it plain, okay?
Yes.
I wrote it down and I was
the vision
very
of a man that made it plain.
Yes, and then I put it in my Bible. I did. I put it in my Bible, and I said, God, take it away. And what's funny, Samantha, I just saw it 4 years after we've been married. I was going through my things, and I saw the note that I wrote. Said, God, take this away from me. And 4 years later, I have everything on my list that I asked for.
The entire checklist.
The entire checklist.
Now, when you say take it away, yes. When you say take it away, it was take away other things that you had done in the past, like different guys. You didn't want that same person, because I've often noticed, even with me, I date the same guy. Different package, but he's the same guy. It's like, well, what is it? So is that what you wanted to be taken away? Just different. Tell me about that.
Different things. I wanted to just be pure in what I wanted. I didn't want it for the money. I didn't want it for the fame. I didn't want it for just the prestige.
Right.
And that's what a lot of times we're not honest. And those are things I wrestle with. I said, God, I want to be awesome. I knew it was something that was, different down inside.
Yeah.
And so I just said, God, take whatever is not like you away from me and present whatever you want to present. And it wasn't even a specific guy. Although I was specific, he had to be 6'3" or taller. And my husband is 6'7".
You don't want nobody no short.
I did.
You couldn't be short. You put the height in there and everything.
I did.
You were specific.
Very specific.
Ladies and gentlemen, be specific with what you want. With what you want, because that's how you get that, right? That's how you get that after 4 weeks.
After 4 weeks.
Now, Asia, it's almost time to wrap up, but now you're married 4 years now, right? It's 4 years. A mother of 2 handsome little boys.
Yeah.
And you are the executive director of the Richardson Foundation.
Correct.
Quickly tell us a little bit about the Richardson Foundation.
It is Inspire to Inspire is our main program. It's a mentoring program. We mentor high school students, and we just help them to navigate their course of high school going on to college. So we pair them with a mentor to help them to be the best version of themselves, no matter what, from school, sports to life, just in general. So we just make sure that we have a mentor to walk them through life.
And we have Barry as the president and you
Yes.
as the executive director.
Yes.
And you all are rocking it in North Carolina.
Yes, in
I love it. In
Charlotte.
Charlotte, North Carolina. So you met in St. Louis, right?
We met in St. Louis when he played for St. Louis Rams.
Okay, and then he went to the Chiefs and moved about. So now he's retired NFL player.
He is.
And you are what you want. You're a Barry's wife. You're not a football wife. You're Barry's wife.
I am.
Yes. and you got to do what I call the 4-week fan. Fan that ring 4 weeks. Just be specific. You got to fan it. Fan it. Yeah, the 4-week fan. Yes.
Okay.
Be specific. I love it. Asia. You all, thank you so much for having Small Talk with me. The links to the Richardson Foundation will be on my website, talktosamantha.com. Asia, thank you so much with the 4-week fan. Yay! Up next, we're going to uncover those dating do's, don'ts, and don't ever do that again. Whew. Relationship expert Amie the Dating Coach is here to have some small talk. See you when we come back.
Fabulous in pink and green. You look great, Toya. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I am well. So we talked about relationships today. Toya, what is your biggest deal breaker? What is your biggest?
Biggest deal breaker is not being honest and not being upfront with who you are and what you want and what you expect of me.
That marketing plan was all wrong with him.
Absolutely.
A lot of hymns.
A lot of hymns, a lot of them. Yeah, no. We want someone who's upfront, who's real, who's just open and ready.
Open and ready. Is honesty a lost quality?
I hope not. I hope not.
there.
I believe so.
Yes,
It only takes one.
It only takes what? Just how many? One. And on Small Talk, we're going to find them for you, right?
Yes, I'm there.
It's coming, Toya. Thank you so much. You're amazing. And I got my friend Pamela. How are you today?
Fabulous. How are you?
I am well. So, Pamela, today we talked about relationships. What's your deal breaker?
Ooh, there was some good stuff, but the sharing of the dinner deal that's a deal breaker for me.
Heck yeah, it is.
And also someone who doesn't show up and keep their commitment. So if we make a time, we make a date, we make an arrangement, they need to be there, follow through. Anybody cancel, got excuses, that's a deal breaker for me.
Especially on a first date, right?
Hey, absolutely. I need somebody. You got to show up and show out.
You gotta show up. Show them again.
Show up, show out first time.
You gotta bam, bam, bam when it comes to Pamela. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Welcome back to Small Talk with Samantha. Now, while the chance encounter at the grocery store or out shopping still exists, online dating is the new way to meet. And my next guest has been named one of LA's best dating coaches by Dating Advice and has recently published a new book, A Woman's Handbook to Online Dating. Let's show some small talk love to Master Certified Relationship Coach, Amie Leadingham. Amie, that name.
Thank you so much.
Amie.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you so much, because I think you will provide a lot of relief to some of the things that we
Yes.
stress about. Now, your new book, A Woman's Book to Online Dating.
Yeah.
How does your book set the tone for what is like the new thing, online dating?
Online dating has changed the world of dating, period, right? We have apps, we have the internet.
Got a lot of access.
We have so much access. So what makes it different is being intentional and being conscious in the way you're approaching online dating. And that's, I think, what sets it apart from most other books.
Now, your book, you penned this book. What made you want to write it?
I met my husband online.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did you walk? Tell me about
Listen,
that story.
I struggled for many years with online dating. I was not perfect at all, right?
I'm shaking my head because I did struggle. I tried.
Yeah, and so I started.
I'm still shaking my head.
And you know what? We're going to be working. We're going to be working on this. Yeah, the tips I'm going to give you today are going to help you find that lasting love.
Amie, seriously.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see, because I'm always open. So tell me about this. You met your husband online. About how many frogs?
So many, I can't even count, I got to tell you. But I will tell you, it took, a long time, about 15 years of struggling online, offline, and then me deciding, okay, I need to work on myself and figure out what's wrong here. And so all those tips in there, I'm going to share with you all the top tips that helped me find him. And when I came back within a short time, I found him very quickly because I knew exactly what I was looking for, what I required in a relationship, and how to screen him. I'm sorry to say this, my husband's in the audience.
That's
but screen him so that he wasn't a frog, right? So that was
the screening process. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you one of my things that you get on this page, and at one point, like you said, you took a break.
Yes.
Taking a break isn't always bad, because I found myself, and I called it the DFD. You know what that is? Dating
No, what is
dating
that?
for dinners.
Dating for dinner.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because I like to eat.
It wasn't bad. I did that too at one point in my life. Trust me.
But at the same time, yes, I like food. But at the same time, you want to like you. You know, and like you said, you looked at you and you noticed, what was Amie doing?
Well, we are the common denominator of all our relationships. So if you're attracting something that you're like, ooh, I don't know why I'm attracting this, you gotta look in the mirror. I'm sorry to say, but you just have to look in the mirror. And once you do that self-reflection and you start understanding, okay, what are my core values? What am I basing quality on, and what really matters? What could really be a long-lasting relationship for me? Then it changes the perspective of how you approach dating.
Yes,
period.
and not about food.
It's not about food.
Yeah.
It's not about how cute. You want them to be cute,
Okay.
but it's not all about that, right? Because, you know, I say with online dating, it's like you're buying that brand new car, right?
Yeah.
And you don't know if the engine's really good or not. You haven't really screened to take them to the mechanic.
I like this. Let's compare. What kind of car is it?
Yeah, so it could be whatever. What's your favorite car?
Maserati. Let's be
Maserati, okay.
One of them has a Maserati. So that's probably the problem. He can be a Chevy.
Yeah. You go in there and you're like,
Nothing wrong with Chevy.
there's nothing wrong with Chevy. Come on. We're looking for a good engine,
That's
right?
it. And Chevy is
Good
what built
engine.
to last. Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
So we got to be careful on what we base that on, because if it's a bad engine, it might leave you on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And that would suck.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm shaking my head.
Yeah.
Because I've had the dating dilemmas. Yeah.
Tell me some of them.
Amie.
Whoops.
Where should I start? Okay, at one point, you know, you kind of want the person to be who the man that you kind of modeled after. So at one point, he had to be like my dad, 6 feet or taller.
Yeah.
You know, you want him tall, you want him to look like your dad, and my dad has charismatic. But sometimes I find that when you try to date somebody too much like you, it's a disaster. And I have had a guy who took long as me to get dressed. And I'm like, well, why is he late? Why would you know I was getting myself together? I said, well, if I'm ready, you should be ready. But
You were starting to hold the hairdryer for him.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was pretty. He was pretty. So one of my most memorable is, do you want to split the check?
Oh.
You see my face?
I'm old-fashioned.
And I split on him.
Yeah, I'm old-fashioned, and I'm like, this is my opinion. Everyone can
I'm
do
still
anything
shaking my-
different. Yeah,
No.
I would say splitting bills are for my friends. So if you want to be my friend, I'm happy to be your friend too.
Yes.
So-
Or the guy who wants to ride the motorcycle and, you know,
Yeah.
and I
yeah.
didn't want to ride the motorcycle, or the guy who wanted to split the meal.
Yeah. So that's where core values and non-negotiables really matter.
And the top 3 dating traps
Yeah.
are you said it's the sex trap. Tell me what that is.
Sex trap is where again, it's that shiny Maserati.
The Maserati.
It's so sexy.
He could be a Chevy. He could even be a.
He could be a Chevy, but
Ford.
it's sexy, right?
Yeah.
And so you get really intimate very quickly, and then all of a sudden you find yourself totally emotionally attached. And at that point, you're constantly thinking about this person, wondering if they're going to call you or not. And then all of a sudden it fizzles, and you're like, what happened? Well, there's a reason for that, because there's chemicals, hormones pumping out, making you lust for them, but eventually it lessens. So you have to balance your heart with your head.
Keep the cookies in the cookie jar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's nothing
Keep
wrong
it-
with that.
Keep it there until you know for a fact they've met all your non-negotiables, your mutual core values, and then you can let your guard down and say, okay, I know this is for the long haul.
And quickly, let's put the marketing and the packaging trap. What are those?
Gosh. So marketing is very interesting. Marketing is where you like someone a lot and you're trying to impress them, and then you turn into somebody else instead of yourself.
Like
right?
they put the old pictures from the 90s on the
Yeah.
website. They
Yeah.
don't look nothing like that when you meet them.
Yeah, or you just, when you meet them and you're like, oh my gosh, I really am interested in them, and they like basketball. I don't like basketball, but I'm gonna pretend I like basketball.
I'm act like I like the Cleveland
And then you
Cavaliers.
go to every
Yeah.
basketball game with a smile on your face, and you hate it to death.
Yeah.
But eventually, it's going to show. People are going to know that that's not really what you like. So
Yeah.
you want to be authentic. You want to be real. And if someone really likes you, they're going to accept you for who you are.
So be you.
Be you.
Be you.
Be you.
Take some time out. See who you are. Look in the mirror, not just to get cute,
Absolutely.
but to see who you are
Absolutely.
in that mirror. Huh.
And then with the final thing with the packaging trap is where everything's superficial. You're just taking a look at their income, how cute they are, and how successful they are.
Their
And
Maserati.
Yes. But you're not really taking a look at their core values.
So, quick, is there something wrong with writing a list?
There's nothing wrong with writing a list. You
it's
want
not-
to write a list.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to create a non-negotiables list. And again, it is things like mutual trust. It is like having a family, loyalty. It's not the superficial things like how tall they are, how good looking they are. It's really about the core values you have aligned that would make a lasting relationship. Yeah.
Get away from him having to be. Can he please be tall though, Amie? Please.
He can be, but let me say this.
It's okay. No, well.
Let me say this. There's no relationships that last or break up because of the fact that somebody was too short. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes people are same height and happy.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. No.
Exactly.
It's nothing wrong with that. I just think, just looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
And seeing us.
Absolutely.
And figuring out, what we need to do within ourselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Amie, you met love online, and how long you been married?
We've been married for 5 years.
Goodness.
And we're working on 6.
Hey, congratulations to that. And I got a chance to meet him. He's a great guy.
Thank
the
you so
energy is
much.
great between you two. Now, you can find out more about Amie and download a copy of her free ebook, 5 Dating Traps Keeping You Single. Oh, the 5 dating traps. Oh, and those will all be links on my website, talktosamantha.com, and on my Facebook page, Talk to Samantha. And lastly, Amie, we want to encourage good dating.
Yes.
You know that, right?
Yes.
And my favorite, good food.
Ooh,
Ooh-wee.
yes.
And the team at Botilla at Green Valley Ranch.
I love that place.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's wonderful.
They're inviting a guest and a date to dinner and
Ooh,
valued at guess
yay.
much? $100.
Nice.
And at SmallTALK, I like to give stuff away, so I'm going to give it away. Anybody want to go
Make
get
this
it?
happen.
Everybody was given a number when they came in, so pull out your numbers. And Amie is going to call the winner. And my friends this is my shuffle.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm shuffling. So Amie, let me get you. So go ahead and pull a number. This is for dinner for two. Now, look at this.
Oh, look at me. I'm
As you
good.
pull,
Oh.
this is where we want to get to. This is where we want to get to. And number?
13.
That is for dinner for two at Botilla. And I'm going to do my own giveaway as we've been having. We got to toast it up to Small Talk with Samantha.
Yes.
Yes. Coffee mugs for one of my guests here today in the studio. I'm going to call your number. And you are number 14. For a Small Talk coffee mug, you'll get a chance to hang out and have some small talk on your own time. And I want to thank you all so much for tuning in, and my studio audience for keeping the conversation going. I'm Samantha Thomas, and I look forward to talking with you soon.